What's going on? Is Cop Pizzle. Most of the time, I try to speak I try to speak in terms of how I think things are. How I think the Giants will go, how I think the fan base will think. But in this case or in this video, I really just want to give you guys my perspective, just where my head's at. You know, what are we gonna do with Jackson Dart? I mean, I first of all, it's if you've been watching my channel, I know that I know I play the funny guy here and there, but I know ball, and I get things wrong and I get things right. And as soon as the Giants started a QB search and we started talking about drafting, I brought up Jackson Dart and I said that this guy was going to be good. In fact, I've already made the video. I think Jackson Dart is going to go down in the end as the greatest Giants quarterback of all time. I think he's going to be better than Eli. I really do. That's what I believe. And I love Eli. And I don't feel like I'm obviously a guy can get hurt, right? And his career can be over. Like that can happen. Like he needs to be healthy and have a healthy career. That obviously needs to happen. But I think that this kid has the tool set to do special things for this organization. In saying that, I said also, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago, that in order for the Giants to legitimately make the playoffs, I felt like we needed Dart to be the guy, right? To win the competition, to win the number one spot. Because I think we know what we're going to end up getting with Russ. Like I just feel, and that's not to say that we're not going to get quality QB play from Russ, but what he did with the Steelers, for example, a year ago, like, yeah, he got them to the playoffs, but how, can he do that with this Giants team? Because this defense, assuming it stays healthy, I think has every chance to be special and to be great. I love Abdul Carter's attitude. I love his attitude, by the way. Love him. But then it brings in this. I really felt like the most healthy thing for this fan base was to just have Russ be the quarterback. Let's be single from the idea of a franchise quarterback. Let's just leave it alone, because we've been arguing about the quarterback position for a damn decade now as a fan base, right? Dart has the look that might bring us together because he plays the right way. He's got the swag to him. There's a lot to him that's going to bond this franchise. But what about, I'm not thinking about 2 years from now or 3 years from now. Those years are important. But what about this year? I genuinely think that the Giants brought in Russ and Winston with the idea that they had to have two quarterbacks and was unsure if they were going to draft one when they did. For example, they didn't get Dart early in the first round. They had to come back into the first round to get Dart. But who knew that was even going to actually be able to happen for them, So they went out and did the safest thing and the conservative route and made sure they went and got two veteran quarterbacks. I would argue now that although Winston is bringing value to the locker room, I don't know that they really need him in the long run. Maybe from a teaching standpoint, watching tape, maybe he brings a lot to the QB room. But, I mean, what's going to happen on game day, guys? Who's dressing? Is Russ is going to start? Is Dart going to dress, or is Winston going to dress? Are they all three going to dress? Who's fucking dressing? I mean, what and then if we lack depth and talent on the defensive side of the ball. You're going to cut guys to carry on three quarterbacks, and is he bringing that? I mean, there's a lot of questions here, and I'm not advocating for Winston to be cut, but my point being is like I think Dart is doing things in a very fast way that is even surprising the Giants. The coaching staff, the team, everything. So with that being said, it's like, shit, man, if the kid's ready, and again, I know he's going against vanilla things in preseason, but guys, what's going to happen when Russ struggles? Because that's going to happen. It's just going to happen. I mean, it's eventually going to happen. What are we supposed to think? What are we supposed to do as a fan base? I mean, you're going to tease us with Dart right now. He looks sensational. He looks good. And you're just telling me he's just going to sit on the sideline all year long and the fan base isn't going to call for him at all? There's no way. There's no way. The leash is super short on Mr. Russell Wilson. There's no question about it. No question. And look, I don't mind if Russ goes out there and balls out, because at the end of the day, I just want the Giants to win. But this Dart thing ain't going away easy. It just ain't going away. It's going to be there. It's going to have that smell to it that just lingers. And I wonder, in the end, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, if the Giants are really good, if they're a good football team or borderline playoff team, let's say the Giants are 6-6 or 7-6, right? That's a record that you're still in it in the mix of the playoffs. What happens to this coaching staff? What happens to this fan base if we're knocking on the door of a playoff and we've watched Russ carry us and be 500 ball through the first, 3 quarters of the season, and it's like, shit, we want to go to the playoffs. We, like the Giant fans, we're going to want to go to the dance. Like, you can't tell me that we don't want it. We don't want that. Like, it's easy for Giant fans and anybody to say, like, oh, well, I just want a 7-win season, or, I just want us to be productive. And I do too. But my point being is, we're going to get teased. And like what I like to say, we're going to get reeled in. And as you guys can see, watching this video, Pizzle's reeled the fuck all the way in right now. Okay? All the way in. What the hell are we going to do with Jackson Dart? What are we going to do? This is going to, I'm telling you, this is going to be, this is going to be a story. Every press conference after the game, if the Giants lose, every question Dable's going to get is Russ still your starting quarterback going forward? Like, the New York media is going to eat this story up, and as a fan base and how you what are we going to do? Like, I'm wondering now, if we go 0-2, which I don't think we are, but if we did, Monday Night Football, Dart's on the sideline, there's no way this fan base doesn't lose its mind. There's no way. There's no way. And I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this. I have no idea how I'm supposed to feel, because I'm ready to root on Dart. I'm ready to start this process. But at the same time, it's like, I think this team needs some veteran leadership at that position right now. I feel like we need that. That's not a bad thing. So, my question is, what the hell are we going to do with Dart?